Here's a little preview of another Anstoy AK47 mod I'm going to put together. Haven't decided on colors yet, but you can see kind of I've gotten things ready to be painted, and I still do need to take things apart here, probably do some more manual modifications so that everything can fit cool. So this is going to be kind of a futuristic build. It's really going to look like a futuristic blaster is kind of my intention here. And in fact, here's actually a front grip I was going to use as well that I think fits in nicely with that build style. So this piece, I found a 3D kit, again, made for airsoft, and it was kind of a futuristic AK47. So I started printing some pieces, and then I noticed they weren't going to fit exactly how I intended, just because, again, the specs of the airsoft guns are different than the blasters. So I was trying to figure out a different way to use these, and I was able to put together an idea that'll still work out really good. So this is going to be the front end here, right? And this is going to be the barrel end that's going to go on there. So that's kind of what I plan on using. So it's actually an amplifier and an actual modified piece that was broken. And then we've got our threaded insert. So that is going to connect there. And this whole piece itself is going to fit. You can see where I've notched that out. This is going to fit down here all the way. And then this is going to slide in. Should fit. There might still need to be nope, there we go. A little bit of sanding. All right, that's going to fit like that. This would go on top here, like this. And then this riser should actually line up so that there can be a rail that connects and extends, or at least that's the plan, right? So that this run rail is going to extend the full length on the top there. So that's what I intend to do with that one. Going to use some side rails, of course, right? Because I think they fit really nice right here. And that also helps bring some stability between the multiple pieces. And then, of course, we'll have that on the bottom. I'll make it so that there is a stock that's hollowed out and that can accept a 11.1 volt battery. I'll also relocate, sorry, got a little bug fly in there. I'll relocate the auxiliary plug onto, somewhere out here where because we're covering it up back here. So I'll just go ahead and relocate it out here so that it's somewhere near a rail where a battery box could work out. So that's the build plan. It'll be kind of the futuristic AK47 build. So check back. I'll try to make several different videos through the process. And of course, the final video, I'll show you guys the completed project, and I will show you the project in action. And then, of course, I'll put together just one long video too. All right, so thanks, guys. Thanks for the support. Got any comments, questions, let me know. And please participate in all the monthly giveaways.
So I started to show you this build design earlier, and I started on it. I was just going to kind of add this as a front end. And you can see I've kind of completed that. I didn't really like how it looked. I thought, this looks silly. I got this big kind of futuristic front end and then the old style back end. To me, it just didn't look right. It didn't make sense. So I wanted to make the whole thing look like a futuristic blaster. So again, this is an Anstoy AK47 that we're going to be using for the, the guts of this gun. And so what I did was I took some of these same pieces and reprinted them, and then they're going to fit over back here. And this kind of worked out. Sometimes you get lucky. Is if you don't pay attention to orientation when you're printing things, then sometimes when it starts to print like say the roof or whatever you want to call this, the top, it doesn't work out good. Well, that turned out okay because it started to mess up here, so I had to stop it, but it was almost done. And then I was like, well, actually, that's fine because all I have to do is make these go together nicely, which isn't a big deal, sand that straight. And then I don't have to cut down there because that was going to have to sit over the top of this anyway because I need access to the magazine and I need access to the trigger and the handle. So I was going to be cutting that out anyway, which this way it'll be nice and straight. It'll be easy. So what I'll do here is I'll do the same kind of mirrored chrome paint on this. This will connect right here. This will go all the way to the back. There won't be any stock. The rails will run all the way along on the top. I don't think I'm going to run them along on the bottom here because the way I flip this upside down, I'm going to probably just leave that open just because I think it'll look, it'll still look very nice, and that's kind of I think it'll still be good. So this is taped off. When I cut that out, that's actually like shiny aluminum that'll be behind there, and that's the same thing that I'll put in this little like window area, if you want to call it. It looks cool, but then it also adds stability and reinforcement to the whole blaster. So that's kind of the plan. You can see that front end grip I have on there, kind of very futuristic. So when this is done, I think it's going to look really cool. I think it's going to look very futuristic, and it'll be that cool kind of chrome shiny color, which I like. So check back. I'm going to be working on this, and hopefully I'll finish it up in a few days. If you guys have any questions or comments, please put them down below. Of course, like these videos and subscribe, and try to win the different blasters I give away. Here's what I'm calling my futuristic AK. I know that's not very original, but that's just, it reminds me obviously of some sort of futuristic space style blaster of some sort. Got an Anstoy large AK47 kind of as the base unit here. You can see everything has been 3D printed. It just looked to me, like a futuristic blaster. And then this grip I thought looked really good with it. I had that from previously. I'd printed it and I hadn't had a place for it yet. So I thought, oh, that definitely fits with this. Just made a very plain, straight lined battery box for the top. And I showed you in the other video, I wired it for a plug here for the battery. So you're just going to plug that in there. Got an 11.1 volt in there, of course. Be careful using 11.1 volts in these. If you're using them extensively or for a long time, you certainly may end up messing up your gears. But if you use them intermittently or not too hard, I've not had any problems with any of the blasters I've shown you. But again, do so at your own risk. You definitely can hurt them. So let's see what we got here for shooting. So that's pretty fun. Let's see about the FPS. It's pretty hard. It's tearing up those gel balls. Again, this one has a nice long barrel in it. And unfortunately with that, you do sometimes get some issues with slowing down that gel ball. So it was about 135 FPS, which, that's down quite a bit from the 170 you can get out of its stock. But I still like it. I think it's cool. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to also do a video with the drum magazine. So I'm going to pause this right now. I'm going to put that drum magazine on here and see that. So I just wanted to show you how it looks with that drum magazine. So these drum magazines are available from Anstoy on Amazon as well. Pretty fun to shoot this, especially with 11.1 battery with the drum magazine on this or the M4. They also have a little PEQ box that can plug into the auxiliary port that's on the standard or factory AK-47s, so that you could remove the stock and power it off the standard battery that comes with. So look for those too if you've got the Anstoy large AK and you're looking for accessories on Amazon that are easy to find. You can definitely see there the way that is shooting. It's really evident that the gel ball is not coming out perfect in the case of this one. Not a huge surprise because, again, there is an extra long barrel in here. And even though I tried my hardest to make sure it lined up perfectly straight, I think something's off a little bit. So this is just kind of a fun looking one. Pretty cool. Not going to be a great one to use in play. Definitely cool for like a little kid. I think they'd like it because of the futuristic look to it. And it's not as important about it shooting hard and distance-wise for a little kid like that. So that's probably what I'll end up doing, is gifting this to somebody who's a little guy. So anyway, again, it's an Anstoy AK-47, kind of my futuristic mod on it. Like I said, check out the drum mag from them and the PEQ box. Those are both on Amazon. So in the comments, let me know what you guys think. Again, ask any questions down there. I always try to answer everything that I can. And of course, like these videos, subscribe, and participate in all the giveaways that I do.